Rumors spreading round United Texas town about the shack outside the game. And you know what I'm talking about. Just let me know if you wanna go to that whole mile on the range. They got a lot of nice girls.
Hey everybody, how's it going out there in TV land? I hope everything is cool and the stream is running okay. Why is Kevin San Diego seem to be in a league of his own there? We're all jostled up. Well, we're doing a rebroadcast of one of those races that I missed. We're getting some of that sound to come through now. Let's run down that race grid. We were not able to get all of qualifying because it's someone else's race schedule, unless you want to watch Richard Spindell's run around in circles. Thank you, Richard, for the replay file. We got Kelly Greenhoe on pole position, lined up next to Mr. Brian Lemke here. Row 2 is Robbie Campbell and Stan Hammonds. Then we got Andre Garcia, Brandon Piper, Kent Kruger, Benjamin Syke, Justin Rector, and Brandon Bachman wrapping up the top 10. Andrew Durkis is followed by Darren Dean, Dan Fendick, Russell McGuire, Russell Elizondo, Sean Giroux, Kevin San Diego, Craig Ream, Roman Bykoff, and Matthew Adkins wrapping up the top 20 there. Donovan Smith is going to join us as the lone 2010 model, and then followed by some guys who didn't grid and some winners, podium winners from last weekend. Just about to get going here. As you can hear, everybody is ready to go. No track info for you, of course, because of the giant track map on this thing. But we shall see in just a moment. Anyways, your points going into this race with some extra leftover data from your info screen. Andre Garcia holds a slight lead over Robbie Campbell, who starts third this race. He is not taken to the grid as of yet, and we are ready to roll out there. He will not grid with us. He's going to start from the pits, apparently, as does Craig Ream, Roman Bykoff, and Matthew Adkins. Let's get rid of all of that information that we have out there. And the pace car has gone in, and we are one turn away from hitting that skinny pedal. Kelly Greenhoe on pole position. All eyes on him at the moment. And here we go out there. And this was the first race of the week here at the Nurburgring GP circuit. Andre Garcia sliding up to second on the inside of Brian Lemke, going very wide there. A couple bumpers being crushed in the midfield. Oh, and Andre's getting turned up top with Brian Lemke. Oh, it's all so nasty and dirty. There goes Kent Kruger off track. It is not nice at all. We're going to catch up with that in a second. That sees Stan Hammonds. It's still all going on in the back there, as that looks like Brian Lemke again. Maybe, no, it wasn't Troy Banks. Dan Fendick involved in that as well, spinning around. Not very pretty for the first opening turns of the ring. It is the green hell, and we're not even doing the nasty stuff out there. Kelly Greenhoe still leading. That leaves Stan Hammonds and Andrew Durkis in the top 3 positions here. Darren Dean up 8 positions to 4th. Bjorn Bench is having a fantastic run. I think he started from the pits, if I'm not mistaken. He's up to 5th, 18 positions gained here. Kevin Sandiego finds himself in 6th. And a whole bunch of drivers having to retreat to the pits. And some close racing here in the midfield. Russell Elizondo might have an issue there as he lets a couple cars by pretty easily. Craig Ream is catching up to Sean Giroux there. Nice little battle going on for the podium positions here. Here's Andrew Durkis just behind. Stan Hammonds ahead. And a bunch of cars heading in for some quick repairs. Craig Ream and Roman Bykoff were watching here. Have not. They've continued out. Mark Bray and Robbie Campbell just ahead of them. And Bjorn has Kevin Sandiego hot on his heels for 5th. There's a nice little pack of cars in the midfield around the top 10 here. As we're just starting lap 2, and as this is a replay file, it's very difficult for me to do some replays, but we're going to do our best. We're going to actually, no, we're going the wrong direction. We need to, no, we are going the wrong direction again. We need to. I want to go back to the start of the race. Here we go. Let's watch on with Andre Garcia, who gets turned there. And then the cars to the inside here. Everybody just got so turned around there. And I do apologize, there's just no clean way to do this, to skip between the incidents and the replay file. So we're using some broad strokes this evening to get us through the race incidents and the race itself. As here we were coming around on lap 2. And for some weird reason, that we're going to let the cars coming around one more time, but I believe Andrew Durkis is actually sitting in 3rd position here, and there's Darren Dean behind him. Bjorn truly actually sitting in 5th. He's had a good race, but I don't think he's up 22 quite. So I think when they come across the finish line again, that will fix itself. But for the time being, there goes Kevin Sandiego to the inside and getting it done. The software can be so screwy. I do apologize for that. Here comes Kelly across the line to reestablish that 1st place. Oh, what was... Did we just hear Bjorn wreck his gearbox? And he's going to have to pull over and retire here as Russell McGuire. And, oh, excuse me, that was... I cannot find the battle I want at all. There we were, Russell McGuire and Richard Swindell's just ahead of him in the UPS machine. And Darren now being put under pressure by Kevin. Kevin nearly back up to a podium spot. Oh, perfect timing as we catch. Oh, Kevin Sandiego turning around Darren Dean and getting the double slap as a result. As Darren does a full 360 here and comes back on the track and clips Kevin Sandiego. They both keep rolling in the right direction, so that's something, I guess. But here comes Richard Swindell's with a whole bunch of speed down this little straight. Darren doesn't really seem to be tracking straight. He's off track. He's going to cut through the chicane. He's going to park it and retire. As Kevin Sandiego has to go in for repairs. Here's Richard Swindell's promoted to 4th place here. He's got Russell McGuire and Justin Rector, Robbie Campbell hot on his heels. Then there's another pack just behind them full of good racing going on. Let's go on board with Matthew Atkins through T1 as we come down the long pit straight here. He's got a car still to his inside. It's Mark Bray. He's gotten past him just barely. And everybody else manages to keep it together. Here's Roman trying to make a move on Russell, and that's one way to do it. And here comes Craig after that little slowdown from Roman. Oh, and Craig almost into the back of Russell. Russell would have just slammed on the brakes and given up the spot. So I don't need this. And here's Matthew in the back of this pack trying to get involved. Oh, goodness, and Russell. Let's see what happened there. He almost gets turned around by these guys. It does take him a little bit to get fully back on the power. And luckily, no big foul happens. Here's Robbie Campbell to the inside of Justin Rector. And it looks like he's going to have that spot easily. Oh, goodness. Let's see what happened here. It was Russell from a long ways back. He just, he kept pressing the brake pedal and just nothing ended up happening for him. It would not come. Matthew Adkins and Craig Ream both getting tagged. Craig getting super turned around and turned back around by Matthew. Mark Bray scurried through unscathed. Roman Vikov now has no pressure, able to track down Dan Fendick ahead. Here's Robbie Campbell trying to make up some of those spots after failing to make the starting grid. I think he had a penalty to serve in the pit lane. But Kelly still up top. He's got 2.5 seconds on Stan Hammonds, who is more or less staying with him. Got some good pace out there tonight. Andrew Durkis, 7.5 back. Still in great contention for the podium tonight. Richard Swindell's not able to do anything about that gap. He's got Robbie Campbell, though, for a company who's been tracking him down. He does have some good speed. 11 minutes on the board so far. Lots of exciting stuff going around. Here's Brian Lemke after that tow he took early on. And Sean Giroux actually in the wrong class, is he? Is that looks like the old one. And a couple drivers coming in for pits. Russell and Matthew. Craig's able to stay out. Richard is actually cutting down on that lead that Andrew has. But maybe he'll battle with Robbie. Maybe they'll take each other out. Who knows? Oh, just like that, that's Brandon Piper on Brandon Bachman. Brandon on Brandon Crime. And then Matthew Adkins out of the pits. And Brandon Piper is going to park it. And here comes Robbie. And he gets by pretty easily. It looked like Richard gave that one up. Going through the chicane. Hang on to what you got. He's up 16 spots thus far. That gap now down to 4.8. Now let's see what Robbie might be able to do, or if Andrew's able to hold on. Justin Rector not too far off these guys, and Russell McGuire is actually right up there with him. Andre Garcia, after that first lap bust up when he tried to take second place. Climbing back up to 13th here. Matthew Adkins getting by Brandon on this last lap. The battle for the lead actually now starting to kick off, as that 2.5 second lead has been diminished down to about a second. Stan very late on the brakes there. Getting right up on Kelly's bumper. And actually got to use Kelly's rig for a little bit when I dropped him off after the race we went to. It's a pretty nice little rig. He's got one of those sweet curved monitors. Very jealous. Big old field of view. And a CSL DD. It's pretty cool using that little thing. I was a fan. It's just like it's got the same, more or less the same amount of detail as my DD1. Just say when it's fully loaded up, that's about when you start to lose a little bit of that finer detail. But it's definitely got it. And Kelly holding on to that spot for the moment. Dan Fendick challenging that busted up car of Craig Ream. Mark Bray right on the back of that. Kevin San Diego came out of the pits back here in 12th. Robbie unable to really do anything about that 4-second-ish gap up to Andrew, so you just keep putting in them laps. Richard Swindell has fallen off 1.7 off of Robbie, unable to stay in that draft. Justin Rector still about a second off. Andrew Durkis coming into the pits. I don't quite know why or what's going on. He hasn't had any sort of off track I can see. Oh, now he hit something. What the hell happened there? What is going on? Oh, he just, I don't know. Is his screen off? Family emergency, just jump out of the cockpit. He's way off track. Oh, heavens. Said it anywhere. Oh no, this has been detrimental after running in the I don't know, there was a guy back there. There was a guy. He drove right past him. I'm not, maybe his screen's not working or something like that. After that podium run for half the race, he's into the pits in need of more pits, I guess, at the moment. So Robbie Campbell into the podium spots. Richard Swindell's just behind him. Stan almost giving Kelly a little bump draft shove into the final chicane. Go ahead and cut it. Russ McGuire. Trying to stay with Roman. I think he was ahead of Roman a moment ago. Kevin going to the inside here. Late brakes on Mark Bray. Almost trying to make it on Dan Fendick too. I don't think he's going to be able to pull that one off. Even Mark's fighting him back to the inside after that better run around T1. Ooh, and almost a little tap there from Kevin as he gets back on the power. Oh, and Stan has taken the lead, and I totally missed it. Where did it happen? Was it in G1? Yep, just about. Just way later on the brakes, it's going to see him through to the lead. La di da do 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 do. Something like that. Taking now Mark Bray. Brian Lemke trying to get back up. He's currently in 17th position, which is not where he wants to be. Russell Elizondo also with an impromptu pit stop. Andrew Durkis is going to come out in better shape than, probably actually the same shape he went into the pits, unfortunately. But comes out in 15th spot. Justin starting to close on Richard. Stan starting to pull away from Kelly. And less than 15 to go. Been a mild race since our first lap incidents. A couple strange pit stops, strange incidents, breaking up the pack a little bit. The pack was pretty broken up after T2. And it seems like we'll have one good week where everybody makes it through lap one like unscathed. It's like beautiful. Then another week, it's just bad again. And everybody remembers how nice it was to make it through the first lap. Justin now all over Richard. He's about to lose another one if he ain't careful. sorry folks, you just missed this one of Justin getting by. Bad. It's up to fourth there, Russell. Still holding on to the back of Roman. Kevin San Diego's gotten by well into the top 10, moving right up. Craig Reed 2.5 ahead. Just sending it to the inside there. And Dan trying to use all that speed around the outside. It's just about working. Real late on the brakes here. He's got a car length and a half to make up. But T1 is so awkward and wide, but also acute. Mark has got that position done just in the nick of time as Andre Garcia shows up to the party, trying to get back into the top 10 himself. Justin still holding on to that fourth place position. Kelly holding on to hope. There goes Kevin San Diego. He's about to pick up another one on the inside of Craig. Andre's photo has got to be just about my favorite. Justin having to take a very awkward line through the chicane. Richard might try to make a move into the final turn here. He's going to take it very narrow as, I was about to say Justin had been taking it very wide. Not hitting any part of the apex. Here's Andre trying to sling it to the inside through the chicane. And he's going to get one done on Dan Fendick there. And then down the straight, we're watching Justin and Richard. Richard to the very, very inside of the corner. He's going to just swallow up the apex and make it so that he's on the inside of T2 as well. And Justin's able to hold on for the braking zone. Oh, just barely. Great racing there from Justin and Richard. Justin fights back to the inside. And does exactly as Richard did on the previous lap. And Kelly maybe taking a bad option there to try to go back to the inside just to freak Stan out. He might have been better served to allow Stan to take the compromise line through the chicane to sort of put him under some pressure through that final right-hander, that 180, so that you can get the run down the straight here. He might have tried to push it a little bit too early, as he did have a good run on him. Craig Ream right on the back of Russell McGuire. Because it's all about carrying as much speed as you can through that chicane. And if you're not on the right line, you're not going to carry as much speed as possible. The track is just so wide down there. Battle going on towards the back. It's Benjamin Syke and Russell Elizondo just ahead of him, having a little scrap for 16th. Justin still holding off Richard for the time being. Craig Ream has caught Russell McGuire, but cannot get past him. Kevin San Diego's got 3 seconds on them. Roman is just 3 seconds up the road. We have just over a minute of race time on the clock. We'll see where our leaders are. And now we're going to come around for the final lap here. And Kelly is 0.7 behind. Really close enough to make any sort of charge. Here's Richard Swindell's. Should just be patient in this instance and get that good exit. Yes, and keep that gap where it is. Through T1, Stan leads the race. And maybe coming into some lap traffic in Sean Giroux here. And that's going to see Benjamin get by. Well, this is not Richard's moment. Maybe Sean will come into play in just a moment as he's less than a second. There he is, ahead of these guys. Out of the way. Richard actually losing some time there. And here we go. Kelly really pushing here. Oh, something happened there, but Craig Ream is through. These are the final sectors for Kelly to do anything about it. I think he might just be celebrating early. Coming home in second this race, right behind Stan. And that's how they're going to finish for 1 and 2. Stan Hammond's leading Kelly Greeno. And here goes Richard Swindell's to the inside. They're side by side as we're going to go into the chicane for the final time. Richard just pulls out of it, and there's Roman Bykov out of nowhere trying to get involved around the outside of Richard here. But it's not going to be enough right at the end. Richard will hold off and take that 5th place. Wow, what a finale for those guys. Robbie Campbell came in 3rd. We didn't really say too much about him at the end there. Donovan Smith and Sean Giroux are only 2 older models running this evening, coming 1-2 respectively. Congrats to Stan and Kelly and Robbie running an awesome race out there. Let's check out the broad strokes updated points. Robbie Campbell is going to take the lead just by a little bit here as Andre got taken out early on. Richard Spindell's still in third position. Kelly Greeno moving up 2 spots to 440 points. It's Brian Lemke and Kevin San Diego. Oh, sorry, that was, who else did you jump? Brian Syke. Yeah, that's right, Brian Syke and Brian Lemke. Sorry, Benjamin Syke and Brian Lemke. Not having the best of nights, moving up a couple spots, and Kevin San Diego as well, approaching the podium spots for his second class of Sundays this year. As always, make sure you smash that thumbs down button. Never subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the bell an even number of times. Probably going to do the Ferrari race I missed tomorrow night, so look out for it. Stay safe out there, everybody. Take it easy.